The following video and continued growth of this channel are made possible by your support over on patreon.com/616entertainment. Sign up today at any level you choose and help bring these brand new projects to life. Or if you're looking for a brand new t-shirt, maybe stop by prowrestlingtees.com/616entertainment. I got you covered. Oh, what's up, Dan-Dans? My name is Ian. Welcome to Mortal Kombat Monday. You may remember a couple months ago when Season 4 of MK Monday kicked off, I did a more conversational style episode. I wanted to take a look at the state of Mortal Kombat in 2023. The 30th anniversary, the, at the time, upcoming Mortal Kombat 1, some of the disappointments, and then just some of the things that we were really looking forward to. Today it's a little more focused. Today I want to talk about a singular topic, and that topic is that we have recently learned there was a Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe animated film pitched, and Warner Brothers shut it down. They were not interested at all. Now, for somebody like me, who is not just a big Mortal Kombat fan, but also a big fan of the DC Universe, this would have been a great time to record in the other place where I have my Superman collection set up, but for whatever reason I didn't do that today. That was a bad idea. I'm a big fan of both of these properties, and I'm a big fan of the 2008 video game Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I've covered that game extensively here on this channel. That's probably a bit of an understatement. Whether it was playing through the entire Mortal Kombat side of the story or the entire DC Universe side of the story, whether it was the full retrospective from 2018 in the history of Mortal Kombat Part 3, and hell, I've done it off this channel as well. I just wrote a full retrospective for RPM, Retro PlayStation Magazine, from Sandeep Rai. Link in description. It's available now if you want to grab a copy. And hey, maybe if you want to check out more of my writing, you'll grab a copy of It Only Did Everything, another Sandeep Rai joint, this beautiful hardcover book. I wrote retrospectives on Mortal Kombat 9 and the entire BioShock trilogy in this book. The long and short of it is I'm a big fan of the game, and maybe you're not, and that's fine. I don't really care whether you like the game or not. Your opinion is your own. I'm not going to try to change your mind. But what I can tell you is this: if you did not like Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, maybe you're one of the people with the blazing hot take that it was not violent enough, that you didn't like the fatalities. Boo-hoo! I didn't like a lot of them either, but that doesn't mean the whole game belongs in the trash. Look, the point is this. The crux of what made MK vs. DC special was the story mode. The cinematic, long cutscenes stitched together by the fights between the characters. We've seen Tekken copy it, we've seen Street Fighter copy it. Honestly, it was the story mode of Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe that really changed the landscape when it came to stories in a fighting game. You know, maybe you prefer the story from Mortal Kombat 9. So do I. It's a better story. Mortal Kombat X, MK11, the brand new MK1. All of these long, cinematic, deep, intense, riveting story modes, this all started with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe in 2008. That's where it all comes back to, and in a way you can tell. You know, it was 2008, NetherRealm Studios didn't even exist yet. It was still Midway at the time. And you can tell this was their first attempt because they have gotten much better. You know, well, I'm a big fan of the game, but I can critique it. Most of the MK vs. DC story is character gets transported from where they're from to the new place. They're confused. We're going to fight about it. Next. You know, through MK9 all the way to MK1 now, clearly they've learned a thing or two about a thing or two. I'm not going to say Mortal Kombat has the most cohesive story of all time. I don't think anything has been more convoluted in the history of fiction. I don't think Mortal Kombat's story could be more fucked up than it is. But that is kind of why I would really enjoy this to be an animated feature. I don't want a second Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe video game because I don't want NetherRealm to stop making Mortal Kombat. I don't want them to stop making Injustice. I would like to keep the one the other going. Obviously, we have broken the pattern a little bit. Injustice 3 should have been up next, but we got Mortal Kombat 1 instead. I don't know if anybody's complaining. I'm not. But I would love an animated movie, and I'll tell you why. It's because there would be so much more time to flesh out the story, to tell a better story, a story where you wouldn't have to worry about handing over the control to the player. We can sit back as a viewer and just enjoy it. We can watch it all unfold. And if it wasn't clear at the top, this information that a movie was pitched and turned down didn't come out of nowhere. It comes directly from Jeremy Adams, the man who wrote all 3 of the recent Mortal Kombat animated movies. He's written several of the DC Comics animated movies. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's the one who pitched it. The question on your mind, and one of the questions on my mind, is why would this get turned down? Why would Warner Brothers, why would WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever the hell they are now, why would they shut this down? My knee-jerk thought was maybe it's because of James Gunn rebooting the DC universe and all of these new movies, and he claims video games and all of this stuff. He says it's all going to be a shared universe. So my first thought was, it's probably because of that. He probably doesn't want to do something confusing, something that would confuse people right off the bat. But we don't know when this was pitched. It seems like it could have been as far back as a couple years ago. Jeremy Adams' direct quote was, "We pitched that a while ago and it was kind of rebuffed." So we really have no idea when this happened, but it doesn't sound like it was last week. It's a head scratcher to me because it seems harmless. I don't think that fans of Mortal Kombat or fans of DC, let's say this animated movie comes out. Let's say it releases. I don't think people see it on whatever streaming service they have. It pops up or, rent it on Amazon Prime. I don't think people see that and go, oh, this must mean they're making a new game. But there are a lot of stupid people out there, so maybe I'm just getting ahead of my skis on that one. You can't tell me it wouldn't print money. And in a business like Warner Brothers Discovery is, that's kind of the entire idea. I just can't get off the thought that this would have worked so much better as an animated movie than it would have as a game. Everybody knows Mortal Kombat's story is completely fucked. I mean, let's be honest. We were promised a new era with MK1, and then the entirety of the new era revolved around what? A problem from the prior era. We didn't really move on. It was a half step. Another Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe game would only make it worse. Or is the story so fucked up that there's never been a better time to do this? I don't know, I'm talking myself out of my own idea now. No, keep it as a movie. And look, it would be cool to see some of the characters actually use their words and not just be taken over by the rage. I would actually love to see somebody like the Joker become, really impressed by a Mortal Kombat fighter. Maybe he's like watching from an alleyway and he sees somebody hit like a ridiculous fatality and he pulls like a little notebook, like a little notepad out of his pocket and he's like, oh, that's good shit. I imagine a scenario where it's like near the end, like the portals are closing and they've made peace because they're not going to choose a winner. Everybody's going back to where they came from, and Joker's standing there with, like, tears in his eyes, like a little kid who made a new friend on vacation, and he's like, oh, I'm never gonna see my new friend again. Like, I imagine Harley Quinn, like, come on, Mr. J, and he's like, because he's, years from now, we see him in Gotham City killing somebody in the style of the fatality that he saw. There are so many opportunities. I think of a situation where Superman is, he confronts Kano and Shang Tsung. And Kano's like, no, I got it. And he hits him with the eye laser, and Superman's just like he takes it. It hurts him, but he takes it. And Kano's like, what the fuck? Like, nobody just takes that from me. This guy's invincible. But then Shang Tsung throws one of them flaming skulls, and that's sorcery. That's magic. Superman's susceptible to that. So Superman thinks he's just gonna be able to take it. But it hits him, it sends him flying, and then you've got the situation between Kano and Shang Tsung where Kano's like, what the fuck? Why can you hurt him, but my shit doesn't hurt him? I see a scenario in my head between Raiden and Shazam. where they get into it and Raiden kind of owns him. And like, you know, if you're a DC fan, you're like, why are you doing Shazam like that? Look, it's a storytelling device. Raiden gets the best of him, and the reason is because Raiden is a fucking fighter. He's an elder god. He's been around for a long time. God of Thunder, elder god, depends which timeline. And but Raiden doesn't just like spit in his face and walk past him like, yeah, kid, you suck. Raiden like puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, you got all the tools. You know, he sees something in him, but he realizes that like Billy Batson is just a little kid and he's gonna need guidance. He's gonna need somebody to help him. Oh, there are so many opportunities here. I would have loved this movie. That's basically what I'm getting at. Now, I didn't start up this episode of Mortal Kombat Monday to hit you with an entire pitch. I don't have an entire pitch. These are just ideas that are flowing through my head. And I just wanted to share the fact that, yeah, according to Jeremy Adams, the writer of most of these movies, he pitched it, Warner Brothers turned it down, and that sucks, because I think it could have been a lot of fun. Dan Nance, would you want to see a Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe animated film? Would you buy it? If it came out, buy it, rent it, watch it, you know, whatever the kids say nowadays. Or did this come and go and you don't care at all? I'm interested in your opinions. Leave them down there in the comments. I kind of like doing these conversational episodes. Do you like them? Do you want me to not do any more of them? Let me know. We'll figure it out. But until then, Dan Dance, I love ya, and I'll see you soon. I think I want to play MK vs. DC on this channel again.